Yo, what is up guys? My name is Lightning Gamroid, and today we are talking about Ghost Simulator. Yep, Ghost Simulator. It has been out for 3 years and I've been playing it ever since it first came out, and I love Ghost Simulator. It is probably the best simulator game that you can find on Roblox. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about 15 features and quality of life changes that I would like to see. Now, I'm certainly not demanding that all of these get implemented into the game. These are just suggestions, general ideas. Now, before we get into it, I did bring this with me. I took a picture of this and I posted onto Twitter. I tagged Coven K and Makimon on it, and Coven actually retweeted it. So yeah, this is Ghost Hunter Rose. I do believe this is an NPC that you encounter when you rebirth and select the second story arc rebirth option. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how you unlock her. She can be found in the desert, and she basically gives you the same exact quest line as, I think, Ghost Hunter Jesse, who can also be found in the desert, the one that gives you the magnet in the game. So I am not going to open it in this video. This is not the official unboxing for it. We do have 2 more Ghost Hunter figures coming in Action Series 10 and, no, Action Series 12 and Celebrity Series 10. We got the Gatekeeper in Action Series 12, who can be found inside the Castle Keep on the Ghostly Islands. You have to complete his questline to unlock the Great Guardian Mega Boss. You complete his quest and then beat the Great Guardian and you unlock the back door. And in Celebrity Series 10, we have Ghost Hunter Jax, who can be found in the Music Meadows. It's that bonus area that you unlock. So anyway, on to the video. Here are 15 things I want to see in Ghost Simulator. I have a list right here. It should be, okay, assuming this is mirrored, it's going to be over here. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. It's going to be on the left of the screen, as you can see. Okay, so the first thing I really want to see, and this has basically been a huge problem for a lot of players, me especially, but something I really want to see in the game is the option to not share ghosts with anyone. This could be problematic because most of the time other players are coming to my area and they're stealing all my ghosts, which is mainly the reason why I had to make a private server, so I don't have to do that. A lot of players have made private servers and made it open to like friends and such, and they basically had a rule saying no stealing other players' ghosts. Now, I did just say this should be an option to disable sharing ghosts, because chances are, like, you could help other players who are new to the game basically like vacuum the ghosts for them to speed it up. But at the same time, though, we should also have the option to turn it off. That way, like, there are ghosts that only you can see that other players cannot see. This will not apply to any boss ghosts. All boss ghosts should be visible to everyone. So that's probably like my number one thing I want fixed. And yeah, all these things on my list are in no particular order. I just order them however I felt like it. So the second thing I want to talk about is a few occurring bugs and glitches in the game. I can't name too many though. Like, there's one that's kind of problematic. It's where you're trying to get onto your hoverboard, but then it ends up sinking into the ground. This is also problematic when you're going into the races, the hoverboard races, and then like right when you're forced onto your hoverboard, it sinks into the ground. You can't get off of it. You can't move. I've had that happen a couple of times. Yeah, that I am not sure if that glitch has been fully resolved. But yeah, I put on the list like fixing glitch where hoverboard sinks into the ground. But chances are it's probably not on BloxByte's end, it's probably on Roblox's end. It's probably just a glitch that occurs in Roblox and not in Ghost Simulator. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is a quality of life update that we actually did get, and that is the ability to auto-delete comments. There's an option in the settings to auto-delete comments when unboxing. This is a huge quality of life change because no longer do we have to like open our inventory and just keep clicking all these common pets just to delete them and have them take up a lot of space. I mean, this is especially good for at least the classified hunters, because there are hardcore players like me who actually go out and hunt for classified pets and classified boards. So one thing I do want to see is maybe the option to auto-delete anything higher. Like we could have the option to delete uncommons and rares and even legendaries and maybe godlies. So this brings me to my next thing. So this is a feature that is pretty much locked behind a game pass. It's about auto hatching. So like there's a game pass where you can unlock the ability to auto hatch and even skip. Hatch, unbox, it doesn't matter. Either way works. But my idea is the ability to stop and auto unbox whenever we get a godly or a classified. This could be two different options. We could have the ability to stop and auto hatch when we get a godly, or we can stop and auto hatch when we get a classified. I mean, this is just a little small thing, a small feature that I think would probably appeal to at least the classified hunters. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is more rebirth options. So we have a few things. There's like 3 permanent ones that you can only select once. There's the multiple streams, which does stack with Captain Finsley's reward at the end, which it literally says. There's the Lucky Vision and the Ghostly Vision, where we can. There's the one where we see the Lucky Cat that we can just easily vacuum up, and then there's the one that we can see exclusive mini bosses for that specific rebirth. But we also have like boosted currency throughout the world. You know what I mean? We also have the divine rewards, which we did get some more. We have 3 different divine rewards. And then there was also the second story arc thing where we see her. So I have at least 3 ideas for more rebirth options. One thing I selected is cheaper crates. For like when you open a pet crate or a board crate, this could also appeal to classified hunters and other long-term players. Boosted luck. Like every time you rebirth, your luck can actually boost, but in order to like ensure that they can't just keep grinding that out to get guaranteed godlies or classifieds, there'll be a cap. And the last thing I put on that list is another extra pet slot. We could do like 2 times, maybe 3 times, and that's it. And that's basically it for more rebirth options. If you have any ideas for more rebirth options, let me know down in the comments below. And let's continue. Now this next thing on my list is another thing that has to do with rebirthing. This could be like another Rebirth option, or at least a Game Pass, but something I really would like to see, the ability to keep your upgrades, your questline upgrades and perks when rebirthing. That's like your magnet, your multiple streams, your heavy armor especially. But yeah, that's like, yeah, what I'm saying is that we should have the option to actually keep all of those when rebirthing. And perhaps we could do all those quest lines again, we'll just get a different reward at the end. Whether it's like more gems or crate keys, boss bait, that kind of stuff. Because I kind of do find it annoying how when I rebirth, I lose my heavy armor. And then I have to actually grind for it again, or just deal with being knocked off by bosses. Because, you know, with the heavy armor, I can actually just fight a boss and go AFK. So yeah, that's something I would like to see. So the next thing I want to talk about is a revamped character tab. Okay, so just recently I finally finished, I think it was Old Grand's questline, where she basically asks you to use a lot of guns. And I actually just now finished it, and what you get at the end is a hotkey for your gums. Like, you can actually equip it on your hotkey. It's like on the bottom left corner where you see your vacuum and your hoverboard, but there's actually a third option for that, and that's your gum. You can actually equip it and press T on your keyboard to use it. So what I mean by a revamped character tab, like a way that you can like separate all your items, like items that you get from ghosts, items that you use, whether it's gums or loot bags, like different separate categories, like one for ghost item drops, one for loot bags, one for your gums, stuff like that, because chances are we've probably like mass opened like 50 boss loot bags or whatever, and you open them all, but then you accidentally use a gum that you were saving for a while. So like maybe we could have that sort of option where we can just see our items and basically click on another tab and just mass open all of our loot bags. That's just a general idea. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is also about gums. More specifically, the lucky gums. We have basic luck gum, which multiplies your luck by 1.5. I don't need to get into all of them. So yeah, just recently we did get the Remnant Zone, and in the Remnant Zone we actually get gums that actually quintuples our everything. I actually did get an enchanted lucky gum. I'm still trying to calculate like how much boosted your luck is. I actually used one on a pet crate. Sadly, I did not get it classified, but I really do like the idea of gums, especially since we have the lucky gum. I mean, that definitely can appeal to classified hunters. Not to mention, we also got the boosted gum, where it just basically lasts for one whole hour. I actually bought one using Robux, not knowing that you actually get one for free by putting in a code. I actually did type in that code. I still have it. But the one I bought with Robux, I actually used on a board crate. I actually managed to get a classified out of it. And I'm pretty happy about that. So anyway, let's talk about the lucky gum. Something that I would like to see, like, is the ability to just see how much time we have left on our lucky gum while we are unboxing a pet crate or a board crate. Because chances are, like, we don't know how much time we have left, we just have to listen for the pop but then we don't hear a pop and we're still going for 5 more minutes, now knowing, oh wait, I think my gum ran out, I should stop. Or at least something to just remind players that their lucky gum has run out. Like maybe we could also have the option to like stop auto unboxing once our lucky gum pops. So that's basically, so yeah, that's it. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the races. I think having the hoverboard races is a really good thing to have, a brand new feature to make the game a lot more fun. So what I want to talk about is more hoverboard race maps. Maybe one for the back door, maybe one for the ghostly islands, and that's about it. Maybe one for the remnant zone. I don't know about the Void or the BloxByte HQ, but chances are we could actually see more hoverboard race maps. That's all I have to say about that. And the last thing I want to talk about on the list is maybe make it so that the boosters on the hoverboard races are randomized every time. Because chances are, you know, they're all in the same place every time. We know exactly where they are, and it just kind of gives them an unfair advantage. So like maybe we could have it where the boosters are actually placed in random spots every time, so players don't know like how the map is going to be laid out. I mean, I think it was a good thing that they added the boosters. Yeah, that was added in a later update. So yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about, I actually didn't add it on my list, but I kind of want to put it here. So I think they've talked about this one for a while. I don't think they were really able to get it, but I want to talk about it anyway. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't really mind it. But essentially what I'm saying is, like, the ability to transfer our ectoplasm into other worlds. Like, if we vacuum ghosts from, like, the remnant zone, but we want to trade our ectoplasm in, like, the ghostly islands to grind out a lot of souls for that mythical hoverboard that cost 10 billion souls to get, which now that we have the remnant zone and like more bag space, which means more ectoplasm to sell, I'm actually on my way to getting it. Because, like, you know, we can do bosses that'll speed it up. But at this point, I really don't mind it, but that's something I'd like to see, which we technically did used to have, but then they put the Ghost World into a completely separate server. That's all I have to say. Just make it so that we can actually transfer ectoplasm into other worlds. Alright, moving on. This next thing on my list is probably going to be like the most difficult thing to do. I'm not going to expect them to do this. But maybe we could have perks for each hoverboard. I'm not saying like we should have like specific perks for each hoverboard. There are so many hoverboards in the game. Like, how are we going to think of like one unique feature for each hoverboard? So basically, yeah, perks for each hoverboard, whether it's like boosted speed, boosted damage, boosted ectoplasm exchange rate, and maybe even boosted luck, that kind of stuff. And maybe like actually let grinding for classified hoverboards like the Feather Shock and the 2 Sky Surfers I got because I accidentally deleted one. So basically something like that. Like, let it pay off that we got a classified hoverboard. But I'm not expecting this to happen. This is just, I know it's probably going to be difficult to do, but But if you have any ideas for like perks for hoverboards, let me know down below. Now the next thing I want to talk about is pet evolutions. Basically what I mean by that is like you can take 5 of the same pets and then fuse them together and form them into one stronger pet. And maybe we could have like 3 stages of it, where if you have 5 of the same evolved pet, you can fuse it into one even bigger pet, a 3rd stage final evolution kind of pet. This is just an idea that I think would be a lot of fun, and perhaps there could be a little quest line revolving around that. Like maybe if we're grinding for classified pets and we get like 5 of the same godly pets along the way, maybe it'll be worth it. Could you imagine what it'd be like having to get 5 of the same classified pets? Like maybe not have it work for all the pets. Unless of course we rebirth and do those quest lines again, we'll get those pets again. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is just an idea for a new kind of gum. I was thinking like a corrupted gum. We have gums for each of the rarity. We even have a classified gum, that's the Rift gum, that basically multiplies our gems by like at least 1,000, probably. But maybe we could have one with the corrupted rank. It would be rarer than the mythical boss gum, but not as rare as the classified Rift gum. So I don't have too many ideas for what the corrupted gum could be, but I was thinking maybe for that one it could be like a power gum. And using it, no matter how strong the ghosts are, the ghosts just vanish instantly. That kind of thing, especially when you rebirth. Well, you'll still have all your strong pets, and they can speed up the process with you. But using a corrupted power gum, like no matter how strong the ghosts are, clicking on them, they'll just vanish instantly. And maybe it can also be used on bosses. It won't make the bosses vanish instantly. It'll just make it so that the boss's HP drains a lot more quicker. I remember there was a little bug in the game, which unfortunately they patched. Like, before they had it where you could actually use a vac gum on bosses, and then they actually speed up quickly. Unfortunately, they patched that. So maybe if we actually have the power gum, bosses will speed up quickly. Like if you get a ghostly gum, bosses will drain faster. Like I don't know how it would work for each like ghost, but no matter what, maybe it shouldn't like matter like what kind of gum it is. I guess maybe the one perk for having a glitchy power gum or enchanted power gum, bosses get defeated a lot quicker. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about is more events. In the main world we had bosses, but now we had events. It's out of 2 different possible events. One could be a boss and one could be the hoverboard race. Now, I have 4 ideas for what kind of events we could get. They could be more competitive type events, although Ghost Simulator really isn't supposed to be a competitive type game, but perhaps we could have like a few competitive elements in it. Like maybe we could have an event where like we're in this arena and we have to like vacuum all the ghosts within a certain time. And when you do, you get a vacuum all ghosts loot bag kind of thing. Another one that I have is like obby races. Like you can get on or off your hoverboard for it, but you can't use your jetpack or your parachute. Yeah, the parachute was just added. very recently. And one final thing I want to talk about is like permanent dungeons. Now we've had like event worlds like the Halloween event, and by the way, I am actually going to stream the Halloween event again for Ghost Simulator whenever that comes out. So look forward to that. I will be streaming the Halloween event again. But this time, probably not unboxing a full case of mystery box figures. So I don't know if this could be an event or maybe something that gets added into the Remnant Zone eventually. Yeah, like permanent dungeons. In the Halloween event, we had the towers, which those are a lot of fun. But also at the same time, we have like dungeons where we're going through a haunted mansion, vacuuming all the ghosts, and at the end we get a mega boss. I thought those were a lot of fun, so I was thinking maybe we could actually get a permanent one of these and maybe add a few more in the future. And that's everything I have to say. Those are all the things I want to see in Ghost Simulator. And if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, share some love and support. But if you don't like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Maybe share this with some of the BloxByte games developers. As of right now, I think Makimon is probably the best one to reach out to. Yeah, because Coven K, I don't think Coven K actually works for BloxByte Games anymore, from what I've heard. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.